Shall we begin? Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Hello everyone and good evening. My name is Raphael. I'm the host at Success Unboxed, a show that unboxes success. We think that those that we see and they achieved success, it's all very easy, but it's not. This show tells you the bumpy road that people went through to achieve success. And tonight we have someone very special. She is so cool. We were talking just now in the studio and she will make you laugh. Now, her face and her voice are very familiar. I do watch the program that she is in the moment, the series at the BBC, and she is very cool. Funnily enough, I couldn't see the race there. I had to ask where you're from and what is the mixture, and there are bits and bobs of all over the world. She is very, very interesting. Now, let's watch Frida Till's Showreel and invite her to Success Unboxed this evening.
Sorry, don't talk to cops. Let the games begin. If you want to hide, yeah, go on. What? You bringing mine or
Oh, one sec, babe.
do that? Got my chicken. Got my chicken.
There we go. Some salt on my plate. Yum.
Do you want me to bring? Do you want me to get it myself or?
Oh, no. Quite the contrary, my dear. I want you to make it yourself. So this is my food, so back off. Okay?
You're gonna feel fine, okay? But you've got to breathe. Okay, good girl. I think you might have to consider the fact that MDMA and you don't mix.
Nah, we mix fine. It's just once in a while, that's all. Who cares? Look at Brittany. We can die at any time. We can die just like that. So why stop anything?
Just try and take care of yourself today, Hayley, okay? Drink lots of water.
Any chance I could get a few more of those Benzies?
You're such a cheeky monkey. Get out.
Oh, I left messages. She never picks up. Not for me.
And why is that?
Stuck up. Now I can't even say my name in the house. She got 100K after Na's dad died. I was here.
Try again.
Look, I called us home, left a message. Why would I bother if
I don't know, Pet. I don't know. Calculated act of murder, covering yourself.
Oh, well, I didn't.
Hello.
Can we just take it back to old times, like Netflix
And chill. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that for you.
Yeah. He put something in my arm and I was unconscious and I don't remember.
What do you mean, put something in your arm? What do you mean by that?
He injected me with something and I woke up the next morning and I felt pain. I felt pain down there. It was so sore. Sorry, excuse me, what's going on here? You just took £5 from my boyfriend.
Hey, control your woman. Man.
Sorry, who do you think you're talking to? I'm over here. Yeah, I'm over here.
okay.
You're just big in it. That's why you're a security guard at a freaking door, innit? What did you want to do with your life?
I wanted to make scented candles, innit? Like, I'm just waiting for my MVQ application to come through and then I'm gonna...
What's going on then? Nothing, so give him back his money.
fucking hate demon after what he done to me. Ever since we split up, yeah, he's been Facebooking me, texting me about how he wants me to come link him again. But he thinks I'm not linking anyone, innit? Because I don't want to tell him about me and J-Boy. And everyone knows you lot got beef with him, so I thought, boy, I better keep my mouth shut, because true say, I don't like to news carry, innit?
I think he had a denim jacket.
Well, yeah, good. That's great. How hard was that? A denim jacket? Or anything you remember about him that he didn't have?
Like what? How can I remember what he didn't have?
Well, like a beard, for instance.
Oh, right, I get it.
Yeah. And?
What?
Well, did he or did he not have a beard?
He had, like, stubble.
Great stubble.
Loser! There's things I know and there's things you don't know I know.
Yeah? What's that supposed to mean?
I put it this way, once upon a time I'd have knocked your teeth down your throat, but why should I make you better looking?
Do you remember that day when my gas wasn't working here?
Don't call.
You went straight back to your mum's house and left me here alone.
Shab, it was cold, you know, and I was sick. Look, like, why are you even bringing it up for? You don't even like coming to my mum's house.
Just showed me a lot, that's all. That you're always ready to leave.
Frida, thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming to our studio here in West London. And I have to say, I always admit to all my guests, I've been stalking you online.
No, stop it.
I have been, but don't worry, it's just online. I'm not going to stalk you offline, no. But hello, you are all over, like if you must have Googled yourself.
We've all Googled ourselves.
Yeah.
We've all Googled
So it's like,
ourselves.
if you put Frida Till, it's all over. It's impossible not to see it. So it's such a pleasure to have someone so talented and so gorgeous.
Stop it!
Okay. So, but people think that, you know, now that you are at the BBC, the series, you know, people think that you were born a star and then you got to stardom straight away, right? Yeah. So we're going to talk about this bumpy road.
Am I a star?
You will. Well, very soon I was like, how, you know, you're going to be in Hollywood very soon. I was like,
fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
So I always like talking about, you know, there is always humble beginnings, right? Starting from the parents.
Yeah.
Thanks to your parents, you are here. So let's talk about mom and dad. Yes?
What do you want to know about my mum? What do you want to know?
So tell me, where's your mum from?
Okay, so my mum was born in Zambia, but she grew up in
Zambia?
Malawi. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little small country. We're next door to like Kenya, Tanzania.
Yes.
Not too far from South Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, next door neighbours, Malawi and Zambia, next door neighbours. Yeah, she was born in Zambia and then she grew up in Malawi. You just asked my mum. I was about to go into my dad.
Yeah.
I was about to go into my dad. Yeah, so that's it. But she also has roots of South Africa in her from her mum's side, like white South African, and her dad also has roots in Pakistani. So
oh my God.
She's quite like
Zambia,
she's
Pakistani.
a cocktail.
we had Lisa also from the BBC. She does a lot
of
she does a lot of travel shows. And she was the same. Like I think
that's just my mum as well, you know.
She had Fiji in it, and she had.
Wow.
This. What about your dad?
My dad. Oh, okay. Well, my dad now.
Yeah.
My dad is half Zambian, half German. Yeah, so that's German is
so half black, half white.
Yeah, so he's literally half black, half white.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in Brazil we call mulatto.
I've heard of this.
Yes, it's like the half.
But you have other names as well, right? It's not just.
We have five. Exactly. So we
have
have 5 words to describe the black color in Brazil.
Yeah.
Because it's 5 shades.
Yes,
we say
of course,
from kind of light black to black, which is because Brazil is so mixed.
Yes.
So a very quick. Normally we go into later, but I just want to show the viewers will be saying that's your mom. mum.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's your mum
Yeah.
there. She's gorgeous. What's her name?
Sharifa.
Sharifa. So, as I told you, as I stalked you online, that was the photo that I could find of your mom. Yes. So, but tell me, so were you born in this country?
No. I was
Wow.
not
But
born
you
in this
sound,
country.
obviously,
Everyone
you
thinks
sound
I'm,
English.
yeah, everyone thinks I'm English. Like they think I have an English passport. I don't even have an English passport.
You were kidding!
I have a German passport actually. Yeah, I have a
You're
German
going to be
passport.
kicked out after Brexit.
Not
BBC,
good.
what are you going to do? What are BBC going to do?
I've been here too long. They can't do it.
Okay,
They can't
so
do
you
it.
don't have a British passport,
I
you have
don't.
German.
I have a German passport
Okay.
because of my granddad yeah, I was born in Zambia, Nwansha, and yeah, I came to this country when I was about 2 years old.
So very curious now, do you describe yourself as black or white?
Do you know what this is? I always find this a funny
obviously
question.
You look very
I
white.
look very fair. I know,
yes.
and do you know what? In the summer, my hair goes even blonder. So it's like sometimes people think I'm a white woman, but they're like, now you've got black lips and a black nose and a black bum. So
do you think you have a black nose?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Some people say like from my side, like my profile, they can tell like the shape.
Oh, I see.
Looks quite
like the
African.
bone structure.
Yeah, the structure.
African.
Like the structure
Okay.
looks quite African. Yeah, I mean, growing up, I always considered myself black, to be honest, because family-wise, I wasn't around any white people. Apart from my granddad, he was like the only white person that was like as in a close knit to the family, do you know, that I was seeing, you know, that grew up with us kind of thing. But everyone else was black. So of course I grew up thinking, I'm black, like my hair as well, it's not, my hair is, I have afro hair. So like I wrap my hair at night. Like, no, I relax my hair. So I relax it to straighten the roots.
Do you know the Brazilian, blow
keratin?
dry? Yeah, the Brazilian
I've never done
blow dry.
keratin.
It
never
looks
done it.
great, yeah. I don't do it, but I know,
It looks
amazing, doesn't it?
I trust you, I trust
Just,
you.
yes.
I'll try one day.
Bring in the Brazilian.
Yeah, just put that in. Yeah, they got great hair, man.
So you went to school in the UK?
Sorry?
Did you go to school in the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
So like my education was here in the UK. I went to like nursery here. I went to primary school here, secondary school, college.
Did you enjoy school? What does that mean?
I don't know, to be honest.
Were you good?
When I think about, was I good? Like, I wouldn't say I was bad, as in was I naughty or like mischievous?
Tell me, you know, however you want to
well,
answer
my mom
the
said I used to
question.
get my brother in trouble a lot because I used to have a lot of fights. But not like fights. Do you know, I can't remember. These are stories she tells me.
Did you like studying?
Did I like studying?
Yeah.
As in like revising?
Yeah.
No.
Did you have good grades?
Do you know what? In primary, no. Do you know what? I think in primary school, I don't think I was great. Yeah, I wasn't great. I know that in college though, I got my 5 GCSEs. I got like 4 C's and an A, and that was it. Everything else, I just flopped. A what? RE, you know? Who gets an A in RE?
Oh, RE, what is that?
RE, and religious education.
Oh my god, okay, religious.
I thought it was so random. I was like, well, I
is that because your
know
mom
some
is
stuff.
religious?
No, I don't know. I just got an A in it. Like, I didn't find it a very difficult subject. Like I just got an A. I just got an A.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we have messages popping up on our, so people must be sending messages, but we're going to look in a minute, okay?
Yeah.
So now I want to know, obviously, were you great, if you didn't like studying very much, but you're in acting, you must have an amazing memory.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think that's gotten better though with like acting, like because it's something I do so often. I have to do it in a short amount of time. Yeah. So you got to think like if I have an audition in like 2 days, yeah, like I've started to train my brain to be able to store all this information, and that's been repetitive. Do you see what I'm saying?
So there are techniques that you use to memorize.
Yeah, just sit there and repeat. You know what I mean? Well, I guess what else can you do? I mean, there's so many different things that I'll try to like memorize it. What I'll also do, which is very helpful, is I'll record my voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hate the voice. Do you like your voice?
I don't mind my voice.
You don't mind? Okay. I think your voice is very cool. Just sing.
I
got a little voice. Got a little something. I got a little something there. Got a little something there.
It's very cool.
It's quite, you know,
yeah, it's very cool.
some people say it's quite high. Quite high pitch.
Oh.
I've got quite a high pitch voice.
Oh.
Like when I.
It's almost, for me, it's most like a jazz singer kind of voice.
No, I don't think it's jazzy.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
So, all actors, they're great at memorizing things. They have to be, no?
I guess we try to be.
Do you take anything, like, is there any, like, do you take zinc, vitamin B, or does it help with anything?
Vitamin B?
Yeah,
Man,
anything, any supplement to help with the brain, like ginseng?
No!
Nothing?
No.
Red Bull?
No, actually no, do you know what, tea? I love tea.
I know, she's drinking tea, green tea.
Yeah,
instead of
when I
blue
have
stuff.
too much normal tea, I then switch up to herbal tea because I feel like that might be better. So I'm like overdosing on herbal tea.
Very British.
And I feel like when I drink tea, I'm like, it puts me in work mode, it's really weird. Like, I'll be like, yeah, before I go through my lines, I'm gonna have some tea.
It's so British.
And when I have some, it is very British, isn't it?
Now I have another photo that we'll be showing on screen, which is, it's kind of, I found this picture online, I thought this is really cool. I'm sorry, I went through your Facebook, and yes, I told you.
You're proper stalking.
I am a proper stalker. We have a research team, we go through, yes. Tell me about this picture. It's your brother's getting married, or you got married?
No, this was my brother's wedding, and I was his best man, best woman. Yeah.
Best man or best woman?
Best woman.
And
I wore a suit and everything, got a bow tie and all that. Yeah,
so,
man, it was funky, man.
Really? So when was this?
This was, when was it now? Was it November? Oh my gosh, I think it was November. I'm sure
Was
it was
it last year?
Yeah.
Oh, it's very recent.
Yeah, it was quite recent.
Is he older or younger?
Older, 2 years. 2 years older. It's just me and him, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And are you married?
No.
You were super gorgeous. You were not single.
Yeah.
Are you single?
No.
So for our viewers there, so I'm not going to be sharing your number.
There's
You're
no
not
hope.
single. There is no. Can I send you to? I can't send you to First Date. You watch First Dates on Channel 4.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
It's such a fabulous, but I can send you there.
No, you can't send me there.
Okay.
Sorry.
So is that a? If you like, you should put a ring in it. Do you have a
He
date?
should put a ring on it.
No engagement. No
engagement.
engagement. What is that? So that ring is really cool.
Oh, it's cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Is
that a present from him? Now you were wearing. I've seen this top talking about super cool things. Queen.
Yes.
And I know
Queen vibes.
Queen
yes,
vibes.
ladies, you gotta treat yourself like royalty.
Queen, very
yes,
cool.
Queen vibes.
And who is the designer?
Macho vibe.
Macho vibe. I know them. I interviewed Priscilla.
Yes.
Right? Very cool.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
So you got from Macho vibe.
Yes,
very cool.
I love it.
Okay. And does he wear? Because it's Queen and King.
Yeah.
Does he have the King
He's trying to
jumper?
get the King.
Did you get that for Valentine's?
No, I didn't. Priscilla said
What
hook a
did-
girl
what-
up. She got to hook a girl up, innit?
What did you do for Valentine's?
Do you know I don't really celebrate Valentine's too tough.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Too
one of those.
commercial. It's like it's all
No,
about.
don't
it's
get me
all
wrong.
about
There
the-
are certain occasions that I like. I'll celebrate, like, you know, like a birthday. I love celebrating birthdays, Christmas, these kind of things. But Valentine's, it's not.
Yeah,
No.
not for you.
Anniversary, yeah, you better.
So how long have you been together?
3 years.
So
Yeah.
there's a big celebration there, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Now let's talk about a bumpy road. So we talked about school.
Yeah.
You're not very keen on school, even though you
Yeah.
got your grades there. But obviously you're very clever because obviously you
Yeah, I
memorized a lot.
would say I'm smart.
I
I
know
would say
you
that.
are. You
Yeah.
are. And you're super cool. I love
Oh,
it.
thank
I
you.
love the way we speak. By the way, watching you on the screen. So, but obviously you were not born in a set.
No.
Right, so, and your mother is not an actress, so she
No.
couldn't open doors for you, and
No.
none of that,
No.
right? So, tell me how, normally people have that bumpy road at 15, 16, 17, it's like from no longer a child, but not an adult yet, and all those trouble. Did you go through any trouble?
What, in terms of with my acting career?
No, before. Yeah, so it's like life-wise.
Okay.
People
say,
go through bullying, people go through losing a parent, there's always something in life that is a bumpy road.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing that happened to me, I haven't really said this actually before.
Exclusive with Success Unboxed.
I burnt half my face.
You're kidding.
Oh no, the scar. There's no scar there. Like even if I took off makeup, the
clearly.
scar's not there anymore. But I actually burnt half my face with like oil. Yeah, with oil. You know.
And you say that with a big smile.
This
This is
a big smile. But what I was gonna say is, yeah. Okay, so what happened basically?
How old were you?
I was. How old was I? This isn't bad parenting, guys. Please don't think I had bad parenting. It's not that. It was myself.
But children are
It was
naughty.
myself.
Yes.
Yeah, it was myself.
How old were you?
I was like, I had to be like 11 or
Okay, so
no, 10, maybe even 10, like 10.
How did you burn yourself?
Basically, I had 10 on the cooker, innit? And there was oil, like a pan of oil, and
Oh my goodness.
I wanted chips.
So did you put oil in it?
No, the oil was already there. It was set up, and I was copying what I saw. Like I thought, you know, like oh, this is how Dad like gets the pan, and I know this pan he uses for frying. So like.
So you did that, not
I
your mom.
attempted to fry. Yeah, I did it to myself.
Oh my god.
I burned myself. Yeah. So
How much
like,
oil was in it?
My gosh, it was so much. Oil was like so much. And what happened was I threw something frozen in it into hot oil.
I love this story. I had oil all over my face.
No.
I love it.
No, and now I can think about it. It was really bad. I
Was
could
it
have been
super hot?
blind.
Super hot.
It was. Have you ever gotten like a?
Put a match.
You know how
that some people put
you
a
know
match in.
how oil will be if you just threw like even just a piece of food that's not even got ice on it. Like I threw something with ice into there. Yeah, a sausage. It was a sausage. I remember I threw a sausage because I wanted sausages and chips.
Oh my god.
And I threw it in there, and anyway, it reacted in it. Just went psh on my face. And as soon as it hit my face, like my dad didn't even know what happened. He was like, oh my god, like it was I had to take time off school, you know. I don't recall what happened after that because as soon as it hit my face, I went like that. As well. It never hit. It. Do you know what? I'm lucky. It wasn't a burn. I haven't got the scar anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? I wish I had a picture because it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but
it could have ruined your life in terms of acting.
Do you know what? It could have, but it didn't. It didn't.
Look at the smile on my face.
That happened, yeah, but do you know what? After that happened, I remember I confided in a girl from school, yeah, and I called her and I was like, because I hadn't been in school for a long time, and I was talking to her and I was like, I burnt my face. When I went to school, everyone knew that this is what happened. So as soon as I walked in, like this scar on my face.
So you didn't have scarring for a while.
Of course, I had it for a while, man, for quite a long time.
How did it faded?
Do you know what? I was using a lot of cream, like I was using creams and stuff like that, and eventually it did fade. But man, kids are nasty, innit? So obviously, and do you know what? It wasn't even girls. It wasn't even girls, you know. It was guys. So I think that's what hurt more, you know, because it's like, you know.
So as well as going through that, and then they were teasing you. Were they bullying you?
It was basically, of course, it was bullying. Do you know what I mean? So like,
wow.
I went into school and like this had happened to me, and to me, I was just going on like, you know what I mean? Cool, this happened to me. Do you know what I mean? I've accepted this happened to me, but it was people, isn't it? Obviously.
Do you think it was easy because you had a scene? Because I watched the scene that you got stabbed. Obviously, it was a scene and it was a fake. Were you stabbed on the face, on the neck?
What, on my neck? Oh, this was casual. Oh, that was casualty. That was like my second acting.
I know, but do you think it was easier to go through that? Obviously, when you have an experience of something like that, in your acting, was there any link there or no?
I think what the link was to be careful of people. You know what I mean? Be careful who you confide in. Like, not only confide in, just be aware of people. It made me more kind of observant to people, and I guess
it could have changed your life forever, couldn't it?
It could have. It could have. I mean, I could have allowed that to, you know.
Yeah. And also to scar you in such a bad way. Yeah. Did you have any mental health issues with that? Did you have any? Did you have to do therapy? You know,
no,
obviously because the scar didn't stay.
I know, but do you know what? Funny enough, it wasn't something. Although I was being teased a bit at school, it was a big thing that happened, but it wasn't something that was for a long, you know what I mean? Right. Stretch over my life, kind of thing. That eventually, you know, kids eventually move on to the next thing, don't they? I guess though, one thing that did always kind of hang about was because I'm so fair.
Yes.
Yeah. So people were always confused as to what I was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes...
Because I got confused because I saw your mom's photos.
Yeah,
and
so...
then you said it, and then it's kind of, you're black or white?
This is the thing though, but like I said, like I always identified as I'm black, innit?
And we love the way you are, which is very important. So I have another photo here. Now it's moving on a little bit now. We talked about the bumpy road, which for me it was very shocking. Obviously, I could not find that online about you.
Yeah, you never find it online. No one ever knew that. Yeah,
okay.
no one.
So this is your brother, is that correct?
That's my bro.
They're the one that just got married in November.
Yes,
so what are you guys doing in here?
So
and there's a bit of you said.
What? There's just random stuff around.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yes. This is behind the scenes, man. We did a show.
Which show?
Our BBC show, Just a Couple.
Yeah.
And I remember he took this picture as a reminder, just to kind of have there that, this was a part of the process. Because we did a lot of work, with this show we did so much work. Just us three as a unit kind of thing, as like a little family. That people
so it's not
don't
just
know.
The front of the camera. There's a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, we did a lot of work behind the scenes because we didn't have a lot of time. It was all crammed up into like 6 days, so we only had 2 rehearsal days. So for us, it was like we wanted to be so on point for this, and it was a very unique and important project for us because we knew a lot of people had saw like the YouTube stuff.
Yes.
And it was just important for us that this was going to do what it needed to do. So yeah, we just did our work behind the scenes.
So your brother is a producer, is that correct?
He's a producer. Well, filmmaker. But in this, for Just a Couple, he wrote it, he edited it, and he directed it.
Wow.
Yeah, and
how was it to work with a brother?
I know people say this. How was it? We work together, innit? You know what I mean? When it comes...
And it's good?
I mean, to be honest...
You think the older brother is the boss?
It is the boss. Do you know
he's
what?
behind the camera and in front of the camera.
I know. But do you know what? I would say it's really nice if you can work with your family.
Okay.
Because not everyone can work with their siblings. Do you know what I mean? You could clash easily, but if you can, it's a beautiful experience because such magic can happen, and especially if you're in tune with each other. And obviously, him being my brother, he would know, when certain things aren't right. As in with me emotionally, or if there's something missing, or just there's certain things, there's that unvoiced conveation, do you know what I mean, where it's like where it's like there's certain things you don't say, you're just like giving that look like and he's like, do you want everyone to leave? Okay, everybody leave. But I'm just saying, it's that kind of thing where it's like, if it was a director I did not know,
I see.
He doesn't know me on that personal level,
easier,
so it's like it's easier, but it's also it's just a very different experience that not everyone will get. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Now I have a comment. That lots. I don't know if in acting is the same, but being an entrepreneur, you don't have a boss. So you don't have the the manager.
Brand,
but you don't have the boss to say you're doing an amazing job or you're doing great. Obviously, sometimes you have
directors,
a director.
that will tell you.
So I found this photo of you, which you look $1 million, which is this picture.
Oh!
Yeah, and it is of you winning something.
Yeah. Oh, this was just the end of last year. This was just the end of last year.
I know what you won here, but tell the viewers.
What
was the award?
I won an award for Best Actress, which was nice. From the show, from Just a Couple. So that was really nice.
You look fab there.
Thank you, darling.
So do you see yourself in the red carpet at the Oscars in a few years?
Yeah, I mean, I visualise that shit every day. So.
Very good.
But,
and you're going to look as fabulous as here.
Oh, yeah, thank you, darling. Better, I'm going to look even better. But,
good.
Yeah.
But it's great recognition, isn't it? She puts so much work.
I mean, when because I've been acting now for almost 10 years, it's mad. Even saying it, I'm only 25, even saying it, I'm like, it's getting a little bit long, but... It's actually been almost that long that I've been kind of in the industry, and for somebody to give you something or to recognise that that was great, that that was really good, it's nice, man. It's a nice feeling, man, and it adds a bit more motivation. It kind of, it's nice. It's nice.
Now that you said you've been working for 10 years,
Almost,
I will take you back 10 years and
oh God, you're gonna take me back there?
What is this one?
Oh my God. This is my first acting job.
I know, so it is, so you were what, 15 then?
Oh my God, and look at me in school uniform and that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you 15?
I had just, I know that this was near my birthday, because it was September, I think this came on.
So you were 16?
So I think I just turned 17.
17?
I think I just turned 17 here.
You look like a baby there.
I look so young.
And what was the play, or what was the...
So this was for a BBC 2 film called Excluded. Yes. Yeah. Oh gosh, I learned a lot from there.
It does
bring memories because I was so new. You never know when you get into a business like this. No one can ever tell you what it's like. No one can ever tell you like how it will be for you. Everyone's journey is different, but like it's never how you think it will be. I mean, all the stuff, how you see things like on TV or whatever, like you never know what's going on behind closed doors. Like it's a really bizarre experience. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's also bizarre. Like,
now fast forward 10 years,
yeah,
and we have this fab photo of
it's
the show now, isn't it? So
yeah.
the Just a Couple, the BBC 3.
Yeah.
Yes. And how's it going?
It's great. Well, fingers are crossed, like for it to go further. But we are blessed to just have had the 6 episodes we did for BBC to be like and having Big Talk Productions back the thing and produce it. That was just amazing. It's not really their thing to really do small projects, but it was just such a good team of people and everyone worked really, really hard. We didn't have massive amounts of money.
And what is the vision? What is the big, hairy, ambitious goal? Hollywood?
Hollywood, do you know what? Like, if it happens, it happens. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not... It's like, I feel so fortunate to have done everything that I've done so far. Like, I'm grateful for all the opportunities that I've had so far. Some people never get that. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you think about, like, in drama schools, you could have a class of like 30 actors, like aspiring actors or whatever, and only 2 or 1 of them will ever work in the business. I mean, that's so sad. Like, only 2 or 1, like in that classroom of people, will be, be that, that.
But do you see us having Hollywood?
I see myself. I've seen it. I've visualised that.
Girl.
I see it happening. But do you know what? My main thing is, though, I can't lie to you. My main thing is that I really want to build like a strong foundation here in the UK. Like, reason why is because I feel it's needed, man. I really feel like me. Growing up in the area that I did, Northwest London, like Edgware, Burnt Oak area, like I feel like it's nice to see. It's nice for young people to see someone like me
they can
identify with. That's why it's important that I really want to build a nice foundation here. Do as much stuff as I can in the UK because we have so much stuff here, man. We have so much. I mean, we have good shows. Like, I love comedy. There ain't nothing like British humour. So like, if I could do more of that, that would just be amazing. You know what I mean?
Now, talking about all the, everything that happens in the UK, let's talk about some celebrities' name drops, because I've seen some photos of you with some pretty good names, right? Including, so tell me about this photo. Tell me this story.
Oh wow! Oh, I look horrible there.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to show, but it's just so that, yes. So tell me.
This is a picture of me and Melanie.
Yes.
He's a big part of my journey, man. Like, he taught me so much, man. So much. And
he's a producer?
No, he's an actor.
He's an actor, okay.
Yeah. He's banging it, man. He's banging it. He's in America, and he's doing so much, man. He's doing so much, but yeah.
And what about this one here? Because I know you on tour.
Oh, yeah,
you finished the tour?
Yes, I did a play called Antigone. That was an adaptation of the Greek classic by Roy Williams, which is a fantastic playwright. It was my first play that was so scary because I had never done theatre before, and
Is it very different, theatre and TV?
yes, so
Obviously
different.
because it's live, first of all, so it's
Yeah,
kind of you
and my
can-
character was constantly crying, like she was crying every time. Imagine crying in a matinee and then crying in an evening show. Like, it was super challenging. A lot of even, it was such a hard tour because even my granddad, he passed away when I was on tour, and I didn't know if I was going to go to
How
the
old
funeral.
were you there then?
This was like, I'm sure this was like 2 years ago. 2015. I think this was 2015 to 2016.
Okay.
This show, yeah.
And I quite like this photo, this black and white photo,
Yes.
super cool. And the one in the middle,
Oh, Spike Lee!
yes, so
That's Spike Lee.
when was this photo taken?
Oh, when was this? Gosh, you're asking me about dates and I know that I was supposed to memorize that.
I know, exactly. So tell me the story behind it. You don't have to tell me when.
Oh, this was, we went to a screening for his short film. Yeah, he did like a short film, so we
In
went
the
to a
UK?
screen in the UK, yeah. Yeah, and it was nice. We got to meet him afterwards, so that was lovely.
So
Yeah,
when
he's a
you
great
meet
director.
really famous, are they, because obviously if you see them on TV,
Yeah.
are they the same if you meet them in person? Because like I've seen you on at BBC, and I watch Just
Yeah,
a Couple,
yeah.
and then now talking to you is like, you were so funny. No,
Do you think I'm different?
No, it's like, it's very, it's not that you're different, obviously you're acting.
Yeah.
But the way you speak is pretty much the same. And
Really?
you're very funny. Yes, it's kind of, it's like, you're a natural human being.
Aw.
Yeah,
well, we're all human, innit?
But so when you meet someone, obviously, then
Of
if you-
caliber.
Yeah, well, not
Oh.
the same, because you see someone on TV and it's like, oh, what is she like? Then after I'm meeting, it's like, she's super cool.
Do you
So
know-
is it the same?
Is it when I've met people?
Are they the same? Or
Are they
oh
the
no, they
same?
show off, or they're
Do
like.
you know what though? Sometimes you won't be able to tell because remember, like people have personas. Yeah, like you know how you get music artists, like they have a persona. Do you know what I mean? Like
I
how we see them, like how they are in public situations. I haven't really had a bad experience to be honest with people that I've met. No, not really. No.
So before we end, we're about to finish our program. So 2 questions. So one is, if you could fix one problem in the world, what would you do? What would you fix? If you had a magic wand and you say, I'm fixing this problem.
I have to say hunger actually, because there's so like the population it's like you know what I mean, like in Africa and things like that. The amount,
Sure.
how many people are starving. Like it's just, I think hunger. I just wish everyone could just have good food, man. Yeah, I think it would be hunger. I was thinking disease, but then I was like, but then if you had good food, maybe you would be prone to and clean water. Then maybe that would cut off a bit of disease.
Now, before we finish the program, before I say thank you for being here and for meeting you, which has been wonderful, a message. And I would say, because you were a millennial, a message to difficult for me to say young black girls or young white girls, because you are
Young
kind of in
girls.
between, but young girls, yes. What would be your message to them, from the troubles that you had and for what you achieved so far? So instead of looking at me, you're going to be looking at the camera and you're going to be sending a message to young girls, from the bottom of your heart.
Okay. One thing I would say is, be you. Don't feel like you have to be anybody else or compare yourself to anybody else. That was something, like early on I used to think that because a lot of people didn't understand how I was in terms of my personality, I used to feel like, oh, maybe I need to tone down a bit or I need to be more palatable for people, which would be ultimately obviously changing who I was, organically, naturally. I would say don't do that, because you being yourself is already enough. That's already of value. And if you try to, be like somebody else or try to follow a path that somebody else has, gone down themselves, you won't have anything special anymore. And that's what we want. That's what we're always looking for. That's where the magic is in being yourself and embracing that. So I'd say be fearless in being you and embracing who you are. That is going to be, that's what's going to take you to wherever you need to go. I'd also say, I would also say feed your mind like with good things, you know, like you want to be reading books that are going to motivate you, inspire you. You want to make sure that you're around the right type of people, you know, like-minded people, people that you can think up ideas with. You want to be around people that aren't negative people, so avoid that. If you've got those kind of people around you, you need to lock them off. It's easier said than done, but if you're, you know, wanting to take yourself to, you know, this place that you envision, not everyone can go there with you. That's just the reality of it. Know that it's not an easy journey, but we all start from somewhere. You know, even the greatest of stars, some of them have been homeless, some of them, you know, didn't know when they're, you know, didn't know what they were going to do, you know, if just didn't know what they were going to do, you know what I mean? We've all had these times where we just don't know what the hell we're going to do with ourselves. The point is, sometimes it's very difficult to believe in something you can't see, yeah? And we have all these dreams and all these visions that we have, and sometimes our current situation isn't, you know, in line with where we see ourselves, you know, and that can be really difficult to deal with, you know, like having to constantly be self-motivated and constantly having to push yourself to believe in this thing that, you know, you can't see. Like stick to that, you know, have something up on the wall that can remind you of that. It's coming, do you know what I mean? Like everything takes time, there's a season for everything, everyone's path is different. Know that your journey is your own and that's the story that you're going to tell. So enjoy that process. That's something I had to learn to do, was enjoying the process. All I know is that if you can see it, like I've always believed this, if you can see it, you can achieve it. I mean, someone thought up everything that's around us. It all started in their minds, you know what I mean? So work on that, work on yourself, work on your mind, work on feeding yourself, healthy food, books, you know, watching things that motivate you, watching things that inspire you, you know, setting goals. Make sure you're setting goals, man. I didn't realise how important it is to set goals. Like when I first started off, I think what launched me, I had a very good year. Like when I first started acting, what launched me into that was I made a decision, do you know what I mean? Like it started off with a decision that I was going to do this, and I committed myself to that decision. You know, I had everything on my wall, like it was laid out. You know, I had quotes, I just had stuff around me, you know, that kind of was always, there was, whenever doubt came into my mind, it was there, do you know what I mean, to remind me of where I'm going. And everything that has happened in my career so far, in terms of all the jobs I've had, believe it or not, like majority of them were written down before they happened. Like I wrote all the things that everywhere that I wanted to be and all the places that I wanted to go and all this kind of stuff before it happened. And believe it or not, a lot of those things happened, like crazy, a lot of those things happened. So having that clear focus, you know, of knowing that, okay, I want this, I'm gonna focus on this, things can happen, man. Things will happen. Yeah, I don't really know.
Wow, that was quite a message.
It was a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
You downloaded
I mean, we could go through it. I'm just trying to think of, because you know, I was so young when I started acting. Like I was really blinded, like blind. I went in blind, not knowing anything. You know, as in not knowing how it was going to happen. I didn't know the how. I just knew that. It's all right. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how. I just knew it was going to. Brilliant. And it's, and I think it's that, man. It's that kind of mind over matter thing. Like, you might not know all the questions and all the answers. You might not know all the answers as to how am I going to get this.
But as long as you know where you want to get.
Exactly. I think that's the main thing, is making the decision of that's where I'm going to get to.
Sure.
And, things will happen. Things will, you know, you will attract the right
And create
people.
opportunities.
You will create opportunities. You won't even know where from. You might just get a phone call one day saying, I saw you in that. I want you. I'm not out here trying to sell dreams, but I'm just saying that, like,
you create opportunities.
Yes. I believe we are fully in control of, of our lives in terms of what, if we want better lives, then that's up to us. Like, we need to take responsibility to change that. So if you're not happy with how something is, change it. If you don't like your job, change your job. Do you know what I mean?
So I will have to stop.
Yeah.
She is amazing, but we have a time limit for our show. So I want to thank you so much for being here with us this evening, for taking the time. I will be watching you at the BBC. So it's BBC 3, is that correct?
It's still, Just Look Up was still available.
Because you have on the player.
It's on iPlayer, so you can still watch BBC. You can still watch Just a Couple on BBC iPlayer. So you can watch it on there. There's 6 episodes on there, or you can watch it on YouTube because BBC 3 also have a YouTube.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
So because that's where it was originally. It wasn't originally going to go on BBC iPlayer, but they were lovely enough to put it on there. So you can catch it on there. There's still some time left, but if you want just boom to get to it, then YouTube is the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and see you guys next week with another guest that we're going to have. So she is in health. So if you like cooking and if you want super healthy food, that's our next guest for our next week. I'm not saying the name just now because during the week we will be sharing who is coming to the show. Thank you so much once again. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys next week at another show, Success Unboxed. Good night.